relationships with people, you really don't know what their schedule looks like, right? Just because you are available for coffee or for drinks at that given time, that person may not be. So still do your due diligence and to continue to reach out to them, not stalk them in a sense, but casually continue to reach out to them. They will remember it because 9 times out of 10 you will run into that person at an event or run into them on the street, and they always say, "Oh yeah, I got your emails, but I'm sorry, I was just so busy. Here's this not well, here's this opportunity or whatever have you," right? So be do your due diligence when it comes to keeping the relationship going, and just reach out to them just to check in with. That's my biggest thing. I just check in with people just to see how they're doing, which is a lot easier than just, "Hey, I got this article that I want to send you." People like to be cared for, regardless if they are a CEO or a janitor. So just reach out to them just to see how they're doing. That speaks a lot of volume than, someone just saying, "Hey, I need this opportunity. Hey, let me get this, let me get that." Especially when it comes to higher up individuals, because 9 times out of 10, their day is always people wanting something from them. But if you position yourself in a way just to say, "Hey, I don't want anything, just to see how you're doing," that puts you in a different category. Because once again, regardless if they're a CEO, CFO, people like to be cared for, and they will remember you, especially when an opportunity will come up.
Or if you ask them if you need help with anything.
Yep.
Like sometimes it's like, "Oh, is there anything I can do to help?" And then that also, like you said, they might be doing like a small something for the company. It's like, actually we do need some interns, or we need some volunteers for this project. Then that gives you an opportunity to come in and show your worth.
Yep.
And so now you can't, even though you weren't working for them, you kind of like helped them out. So it's like, "Oh, this person came in on a clutch and they did blah blah blah. So if I need to refer them, even if it's not for that job,
Yeah.
they have friends in other jobs and say, 'Oh, you looking for someone? I wanted to hire this person. I didn't have the job, but you do.
Yep.
Can I send them that your way?'" So
Mhm.
that does happen too. Anything else you want to share? What's your top five advice for job seekers, whether they're new or re-entering the job seeking realm?
One, be patient. It's a marathon, not a race. I don't know if it's just a sense of entitlement or just the realities of getting a job, but it's going to take time for you to find an opportunity, right? Be patient. Once again, utilize your network. It's a difference between having a cold network, and what I mean by a cold network is you haven't reached out to this individual in 6 months, as opposed to a warm network, meaning that you've communicated with them in some way, shape, or form on a consistent basis. So when it comes to looking for a job, warm your network up before you need them, in a sense. That's really key, because if you haven't reached out to someone, no one likes to feel used. People like to help, but no one likes to feel used, right? So if we've been communicating for the past couple of months, and it's been genuine conversation, not just, "Hey, what's up?" And this, if it's genuine conversation, it's get to a point where say, "Hey, I need to call in a favor." We having this warm relationship is the difference between me calling and you taking my phone call right then and there, as opposed to telling that person I'll call them back. Because usually when people say, "Oh, I'll call you back," 9 times out of 10 they may not, right? So definitely warm up your network. For returning job seekers, always position yourself to be a valuable person, regardless of what you're doing in your career. How do you bring value to, or how will you bring value to a corporation or an organization? People like to hire people that have some sort of value, not just someone that can just do the job, right? Also, when you come to dress for the job that, don't dress for the job that you have, dress for the job that you want, right? If you want a manager position, how do a manager dress? Now, if a manager dresses sloppy, then don't take their overall advice. But always try to dress a step above what the current environment is. It will do wonders. Once again, it can be as simple as keeping your tie on when you don't necessarily have to keep a tie on in the office during the summer hours. Stuff like that speaks volumes. Was that 4? And, for a new job seeker or recurring, there's like a hidden jewel called job clubs, which a lot of people do not take advantage of. A lot of workforce development agencies, what a job club is where a group of job seekers will come together on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and they'll, one, talk about the current opportunities that are out there, not only for themselves, but if I'm in a room full of people that are looking for jobs, hey, I applied for this job on this website, maybe you guys should do it also, as opposed to just holding on to the opportunities. They have them in almost every workforce development agency in the city of Chicago. And it works because when you're in the process of looking for a job, it can be very lonely, right? And it gets to the point that loneliness mixed with that rejection sometimes can stir up a little bit of depression. And you need to be around individuals that will help keep you motivated, help push you forward, maybe even come up with different strategies where you can find an opportunity. And the camaraderie that comes with it is second to none. I've seen job clubs where even though that one person in the job club has found the job, they still come back and still support to make sure that everybody in the job club is working.